Man, it's made for living, not buying. Hey, it's Mr. Mike here, coming to you from Joe's Pond. I'm not sure the city out here in Illinois. I'm gonna bring you like a little bit of an unusual children's time message, if you will. I just wanted to show you a couple things here. We're inside my work truck, and this is what the dashboard looks like. And you'll notice on here there's a bunch of gauges. Each one tells me exactly stuff about the truck at exactly that time, and most of these are here for safety purposes. And of course, you got this right here. What happens when I pull this? Oh, yes. And if we step out here, I'm required to carry a fire extinguisher. That is some of the safety features of the vehicle. I just wanted to show you a couple more back here. Is this right here. If you ever wondered what that is called an ICC bumper. And that has been put on here. It's been required since about the mid-1950s by the Interstate Commerce Commission. That's what ICC stands for. And it's there for the safety of other cars. What used to happen is, if that's not on here, as you can see, this bumper is kind of high. So if you had a car that rides low, if he hits you from behind, the car would go underneath the truck, and it would cause the driver and any passengers to possibly suffer some rather bad injuries that would result in loss of life. So what they do is we put these on here. That way, if a car does end up rear-ending you, the front of the car will hit that, and while the driver still may get hurt a little bit depending on the speed, it will be very less likely for there to be a loss of life. And I have right here, I have to carry 3 of these. These are reflective triangles. So if I'm ever like stalled on the side of the road, we put those out there to warn other drivers that I'm stopped. And what's interesting about both of these is neither one of these is for the safety of the driver. Both of these is solely for the protection of the driver behind you, who is most likely going to be a stranger to you. If they take this ICC bar or bumper off of the truck, it would make no difference whatsoever to me as a driver. I don't even realize it's back there. It is completely for the protection of somebody else. As a matter of fact, to remind us why it's so important, in the industry we call this, we have like a couple of nicknames for this, which I'm not going to tell you. Your parents might get upset if I mention it, what they're called, but it's just to remind us why it's so important. That's right there. And like, I think in my 25-year career, I might have had to use these about 3 times. But like I say, both of these are strictly for the protection, even possible to bring a little comfort to the person driving behind me, especially that ICC bumper. They're probably gonna, they know they're being protected, and it's almost like a kind of a prayer. There are many different kinds of prayers. There's of course there's grace. There is prayers of thanksgiving, prayers for traveling, prayers before you go to bed. But I want to talk real quickly about something called an intercessory prayer, and that is a prayer that you say exclusively only when you pray only for somebody else. You might be a parent might be sick, so you would say a prayer for them, or maybe one of your friends is struggling in school, and the idea is you would say a prayer only for somebody else, for their benefit and not for yours. It could even be like this ICC bumper gives protection. It could even be to ask for protection for somebody else, and it could be for anybody at any time. And it's even best to maybe think of somebody, and if you ever have like nothing else you're doing, you're a little bit bored, just think of somebody, anybody, and just say a nice little prayer for them. I know every once in a while I'll get a text from my friend Pastor Dan. All he'll do is simply text me saying, I prayed for you today. And you know, you don't even have to let anybody else know you're praying for them, but there is so much power in that. There is so much, just like there is power in this ICC bumper to bring protection to the person behind me. There is so much power in prayer, and if you pray for protection for it could be somebody you know, somebody you don't know. If you're like in a car and you see somebody driving by, and like I say, you see somebody in a green Ford, you could just say a prayer for that person, asking them for driving protection. Stuff like that is so important to do, and it's so much part of your Christian journey, and you sort of hope that somebody else is praying for you in the meantime. So why don't we right now go ahead and say a prayer and close this out. It's like, Lord, thank you so much for these children that you bring to us. Thank you so much for allowing us to guide them. Please protect them. Please be there for them. Please guide them through life. Please show them your love, your mercy, your compassion as their faith journey unfolds. And all the God's children say,